Oh, there's my tabula. Yo, what? Abby? Yo. A gold rim. 39 Ulris. Gathering up the pack. Gathering up the pack. And then do this and this. Oh. Ah, acid straight. Or contagion, better said. Yay! He's dead! Okay, how many deaths do we have? 54. I wanted to stay sub 50. But since I just got a level up, I just YOLO'd the last two areas, which I had like 10 deaths, so... we did good. Time for maps. Oh! Fuck off, dude. Okay. Does somebody have a portal gem?
Hello. Wait, why is Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games talking over a mystery box video?
What?
Because with this box, things are very different.
No.
The Sentinel mystery box contains 14 exclusive microtransactions with an equal chance of opening each one. These microtransactions individually have different thematic variations, some of which are rarer than others.
Okay.
You will not receive duplicates of any variation that you already have.
What?
Receive duplicates. You will not receive duplicates of any variation that you already have.
Okay.
The scintillation body armor has 4 variations. 3 of them gain intensity and iridescence based on your individual elemental resistances. The prismatic variation scales up with your total elemental resistances.
That's really cool.
The Storm Strider boots crackle with lightning and leave a trail behind you as you move, scaling with your movement speed. The Phoenix helmet catches fire and burns brighter the more fire skills you've used in the last 16 seconds.
Okay, that's like so cool.
The Mana Tank back attachment represents how full your mana pool currently is. The Death Notch bow reskins your arrows and notches additional arrows on your bowstring based on how many you fired in your last attack.
That is so
the Splintering
cool.
Shield loses more of its outer layer the more attacks you've blocked in the last 30 seconds, revealing the artifact inside. The Thunderstrike gloves charge up with electricity based on the number of lightning skills you've used in the last 16 seconds. The Treasure Hunter weapon effect coats your weapon in precious metal and causes monsters you kill to explode in a shower of treasure, which scales with item rarity.
Yo, that's so cool, man. Holy shit.
The Namahu body armor is adorned with Karui carvings that glow more brightly based on how full your life pool currently is. Nexus flask effects are applied to your life, mana, hybrid, and utility flasks and replace their regular visual effects with bursts of energy. The crystalline charge skins replace your power, frenzy, and endurance charges with floating crystals that are themed around either Stygian, Infernal, or Ghost Flame color palettes.
And I was actually wondering when I checked like for MTX here, right? What was it? What is this, like amulet skin, ring skin? I mean, ring skin is the new like microtransactions, right? But there was one with charges. Here, click to alternate charge skin, where I was like, what is this actually?
The Flare character effect burns more brightly the higher your character level is. It also replaces your level up effect. The Shard Crown gains gemmed shards as your maximum number of frenzy charges increases. It also replaces the frenzy charges orbiting around your character with floating shards.
That's really creative, man. I really like this.
Warp runes allow a one-way teleport to a specific location in your hideout. Just place a freely available warp destination and set it to the same number as the desired warp rune.
Yeah, oh, that's so cool.
If you want to buy extra copies of a particular microtransaction,
Imagine having 69,420 points. Bro.
variation you have already opened, you can do so in the store for the
It's,
cost
by the
of
way,
the mystery box.
Close to $7,000
We hope you
into
enjoyed
the
the Sentinel
shop.
mystery box as much as we enjoyed making it. For full information, including the specific chances of opening each variation, check out pathofexile.com/mysterybox.
Okay, so I just have to say this is very, very cool. I like the microtransactions. I like that they have different appearances, different color palettes, that they are actually interacting with the game. You know, I think this is crazy good. That you not get any duplicates is the cherry on top. And I was just a little bit scared that Chris says like, but beware, this will only be available throughout the Sentinel League. You know, this would be like top tier garbage. I'm just gonna say how it is, because we all know mystery boxes get introduced into the regular shop like 1 or 2 leagues later, you know? Like, as of right now, we could, for example, just buy the, what is the last one here? The last mystery box. I don't know, like, but you know what I mean, right? There is, like, the mystery box items get into the shop like a league or 2 later, so you don't have to, like, spend all your money and say, like, I need to have these microtransactions. No, if you don't want to spend, like, insane amounts of money to get them, just wait until they get into the shop and just buy the ones you actually like, right? But it's still, like, I'm impressed. This is actually really, really cool, man. This is actually really cool. And this just tells me that we actually gonna have a bright MTX future. Do we buy a box just to see? Just one box? We buy one box. But just one box, man. Because I'm broke as fuck, man, you know? And we get the mana tank. Pretty cool. But yeah, I think, like, I personally think that's great. I don't know how you guys think about it, but I think this is really cool. Let's see. Do we just stay with the 5 link? What do you guys say? Not even 5 link. Oh no. Oh no. I'm broke. Unfortunate. I have 340 fusings. And the shafts. We need double green red. Okay, boys. 340. Don't? What do you mean? We're gonna do it slowly and steady. All we want is a 5 link. Okay? 5 link is what we want. There is the 5 link, but do we stay with the 5 link? I don't know, man. Okay, baby. I need a 6 link. Go hard or go home. That's how it is. Any believers? Any believers? And we are completely broke and got absolutely nothing. Oh no! Oh man! Sure, everybody can try. Oh wait, we are selling 2 Exalted charts for 8 Chaos. We're getting monies. Because 8 Chaos is like, I don't know, like 20 fuse or so. That is cheating, man. Oh, and there you go. That's a 6 alchemy orbs, man. Right here, right there. There you go. 6. Bro, I never sold something for alchemy orb. Where are they? Here, 6 alchemy orbs. First card. Oh, it worth like a chaos a piece, right? That's 18 chaos. That's shit. 6 Link Imperial. Oh, that's a 3 chaos. Do we need to make like 14 more chaos? 21, 23 chaos gem. Oh, is another 3 chaos? 11 more chaos to go. Six Link Valregalia, 5 chaos. That's 6 chaos to go. Double Veiled, 1 C, 5 chaos to go. 10 times oil, 4 chaos to go. It all comes down to the last card. We need a card that is at least 4 chaos. Level 4 enhance. 5 chaos. Bro, we made 1 chaos profit. Easy fucking clap, man. Actually fucking easy. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, update number 1, because today we finished the first grind. The first like overall league start day is over for me. That means like you can't really count in yesterday because it's like 2 hours and then it's already the next day, right? But I was grinding like, I think it was like around about 12 hours, 12 and a half hours today, and we're currently level 82. So from yesterday when I started or at least stopped yesterday, it was like Act 7. So we finished the acts and then went into mapping. Everything, I would call it buttery smooth, okay? Just that the butter is a little bit like harder because winter, or I don't know, like it's rough, but it's still fine. I actually like the kind of difficulty that we currently have with the Arch Nemesis monsters. And after equipping some more gear and revamping my character with the traditional way, as I always do, once I start mapping, or at least once I get into maps, once I defeated Kitaba and get the next minus 30 all resistance, then it's basically the time where I just go into PoE trade and buy items, like 1 to 2 chaos per piece, and I got myself some pretty nice items, like here, like high life, double res. Then we have here like some nice strength, life, double res, Then here on the boots, we have some nice movement speed on top of that, right? Just a typical thing, life and resistance throughout my entire gear. I found myself a gold rim. Then I bought this wand here for 1 chaos, which has +1 level of all chaos skill gems, and some chaos.multi alongside with some spell damage and cast speed. Like for 1 chaos, I think this weapon is gorgeous, and a shield with like a nice life amount, high lightning res, then a crafted second res, as well as 1 all chaos spell skill gem. So I think the gear overall is looking pretty decent. But the chest that I used was this one for like, I think I bought this for 5 chaos, which is basically a 5 link. Same rules as the other ones, high life, a resistance, and an open suffix to craft another resistance that I potentially need. And as of right now, I'm having like a little bit overkill res, but this is totally fine because at the moment I'm running Purity of Elements, right? The Purity of Elements was initially just to get me res capped while doing the campaign. But on the other hand, I just like to be immune to all elemental ailments, and that's why I'm having such an overkill on resistance. Which is still fine because today, after like grinding, as I said, like 12 hours, I got myself up to like maybe like 200 chaos or something. I bought a shafts for like 40C, and then we linked it with about like 500 fusings. And yeah, so now we are here with a 6-link shaft, a gold rim, and still rocking my level 12 flasks from like, yeah, was like Act 1 or something. I have never bothered to update my flask. I do have a bleed immunity flask, and that's pretty much all I'm currently using, right? So you might think like, why shafts? Why am I still a life build and so on? And this is basically exactly the reason why. I did not plan to get a 6-link shafts that early on. So I don't really have the currency to convert this build into an energy shield, into a low life build. So as of right now, I still have my 20 refund points. I do have like 20 regrets, but this is certainly not enough. I think I'm currently trying to save up another like 120 chaos for a Presence of Jayular, and once I can afford that and still have like an excess like 20, 30, 40 chaos, then I need to like rebuy all of the stuff that I bought today. As I said, 1 to 3 chaos per piece invested with like life and resistance. But now going low life, I want to have like energy shield and resistance, right? So I think I have to farm up like another probably like 150, 200 chaos to buy the Presence of Jayular. Maybe it drops in price tomorrow. And then like revamp the kind of gear that I have to an energy shield base build, and then also like revamping a lot of the tree, because this is now a life based build. You know, I have all the life clusters, the life nodes left and right, some mana reservation efficiency, as well as like some chaos dot nodes, right? The chaos dot nodes will probably stay, but I think like instead of all of the bottom side here, I want to convert them or transfer them on somewhere on the left side with all like the energy shield nodes, the mana reservation over here instead of the bottom side. So there has to be, or at least it needs work. So that's why I decided to just keep the shafts as it is. My last link, I actually added an arcane surge for my essence drain. Usually you would go for an empower, but I don't even know how much an empower currently costs. I probably don't even have the currency for it. And arcane surge is like the only kind of skill gem that it can work into the essence drain combination, running the Swift Affliction, Void Manipulation, Control Destruction, and Efficacy support, right? The 5-link would look exactly like this. But that's why I also say, like, probably it's not worth to try to get a 6-link early on, because Arcane Surge is nice to have, but it's certainly not like your best option, right? You want to go for this Empower gem. And if you cannot afford an Empower, then the question is, do you really need a 6-link? Because damage-wise, it is okay. Okay, so the PUB link of the current build is in the description below with the current state of the art. Let's take a look what I've done today. I ran 40, or at least I did 40 Atlas passive, or at least map nodes on the tree. I actually ran my first tier 15 corrupted map. This is just because, like, in our guild stash tab, we like share all kinds of like early items, you know. And somebody rolled a map that had like Fizz Reflect and Ellie Reflect. Nobody in the guild could run it, but I have a Chaos Dot build. I don't care about Fizz Reflect, neither do I care about Ellie Reflect. So I gave it a go. I obviously died like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, but doesn't matter. I actually made it. I got a Minotaur map that I sold for 15 chaos. So everything is looking pretty good. Based on like map sustain, it's going okay. So I'm working my way up now to yellow tier maps. I still have like a couple maps here to run in the map grind. And here's another map that I got out of this cells map. as well. Good, let's take a look at the Atlas passive tree. Since I'm still struggling with the rare packs, I would say I did not go for the essences early on. My plan was like going essences early on and then opt in strong boxes and then starting to lock out certain league mechanics. I skipped all of them. So basically I went straight up going for the map sustain with shaping the valleys and shaping the seas. Went up to the stream of consciousness, whatever. This is like the non-juicer keystone where you basically get like like a higher base percentage of getting league mechanics. And then after that I worked my way down here, getting better map sustain, blocking out the abyss, blocking expedition as well as the harvest, just keeping the breaches as well as the legion. And then after that I went down on the right side here blocking heist, then I block metamorph, I block blight as well as ritual. So the only things that I currently have is breach, legion and delirium, and this is kind of like the farming that I kind of want to do. The next 3 maps would be most likely going to be the shaping the skies for another higher chance of like getting higher tier maps. And after that I think I'm either gonna add in strong boxes like those 3 nodes plus those 2 over here with the tamper proof, and then already maybe working my way up to either then get either essences or harbingers or breaches or legion or delirium, anything of that, right? Since blocking so many league contents and hiring my chance of getting a league mechanic means that I will most likely gonna get like a mirror of delirium like probably every 3rd map, as well as like legion and so on, right? The only thing that I counted, I am definitely not going to start with breach early on because breaches are so rough. Like really opening a breach is usually a death sentence. Based on the skill gems, the first investment that I did today was a cast on death portal. If you play the current league, you will most likely understand why that is. Then here I have determination, defiance banner, and the purity of elements for my triple aura setup. Then I have here a flame dash and an arrogant support that I'm currently leveling. It has no use right now, but in the matter of fact that I want to go into a low life build, I'm starting to level up some gems. I should actually wait for a 6 socket drop in the weapon slot so I can level some more gems in my offhand while I'm still waiting to farm up currency, right? Next on the list, upgrade wise, definitely I need to work on my flux. I mean, this is just like sad to watch, but you know, SS String gives you so much life regen that you never really have to like use any of these flasks. Like I could literally play without flasks at all, right? So I would say let's run here an Orcut map. This is now a tier 6 map, so you see what the kind of like mapping looks like and how the way is that I currently play the game. Before I forget, here is my Sentinel controller, which currently looks like that. Basically, what I've done here is not really paying attention too much. The only thing that I started out doing early on is scaling into the additional, slots for the Sentinels, right? You only start with the red one, then I went up here. You need to invest 3 skill points here to get the yellow one, and then I worked my way up to the right one to have all 3. I personally think only the red one is kind of like interesting for me. The blue and the yellow one, like, I don't know, man. Like, I see like at the moment I just try to get like the power units full. I don't even know exactly how you get the experience. I do think that it's the more Sentinels you activate, the more like experience you get. But I'm almost certainly capped out. Probably in the next like 1 or 2 days I'm gonna cap this out at level 30, and then I'm actually I don't even know what any of these nodes are doing. They were just close by. They cost me 1 point to activate, so I just took them. So once I think I get all the 30 power units, and then I can work towards and really like go through, and maybe I'm gonna make it like a separate video on them, what I found out, what is like for me personally the best use of it. But as of right now, I don't really care too much about it. Good, then I would say let's run this Orcut map here. It is as a Drink Contagion. It is doing quite fantastic when it comes to the clearing aspect. Once the chain reaction of SS Drain Contagion goes up, we have like so much life regen that we most likely not gonna die at all, right? But, you know, with these kind of like Arch Nemesis modifier, it happens. Like, I already have, I think, like 130 death already, but I think everybody that is like running yellow tier or starting to run into high tier maps will have the same kind of experience when it comes to like how rippy the league mechanic, or at least not the league mechanic, well, certainly the league mechanic, because once you start running into big packs, and just like I do, like once you open the map, I just run here and get a bunch of mobs and activate all 3 Sentinels at once, and then I don't care about it anymore, right? But if you do this early on in the map, you're most likely gonna die just because the Sentinels do empower the rare packs quite heavily, as you see. Like, this is like no joke. And then you have to think about, you have like a rare pack, an essence monster, a breach. Like, if you bring the Sentinels into another league mechanic, this is certainly do or die. Like, it is insane how strong these monsters get while getting empowered, and I'm not even running like insane Sentinels over here, right? So it is, as you see, it is kind of ridiculous, and this is actually a bad showcase. But I'm not like a pretender, like I just show a map showcase, and if I die 6 portals, then yeah, fuck it. I mean, bad luck, I guess, right? But we're almost there. They are dead. But hey, as I said, this is like, it's so rippy right now, and I think that GGG already put in one hotfix to lower the difficulty of these monsters, and obviously we get fucking porcupines, which is like, God, that's a perfect map showcase, I swear. I think they already nerfed the Arch Nemesis modifier or some of those ones already, but I'm not really sure. I think they're already working on a second nerf, so because I'm not so sure what Reddit says or anything, because I personally don't care, but I just had a couple people in my chat telling me that Reddit is like going wild on how shit the league is and how hard and whatnot, so I expect them to nerf them another time. For me, it is fine in both ways. If they nerf it, that's fine. If they don't nerf it, it's fine for me too. I kind of like the difficulty. I kind of like it when I go into a map and really like have to play defensively, or like really not trying to pull too much or anything like that. It's just like a kind of a different experience when it comes to like playing Path of Exile, and it's something different, and I kind of enjoy it, but I do definitely see why people want it to be nerfed, and I wouldn't even disagree, right? So either way, I'm fine, I would say. Yeah, what else to say about the build right now? Nothing too special. It's still Essence Drain Contagion. It still is the same, like, super old school way of building it right now, especially once we have, like, the shafts, the low life way with the presence of Jayula, which is not the endgame amulet, but I think it's a very decent way to convert your life build into a low life build, right? Because it can also be that we're gonna end up with like 4k energy shield instead of 4k life, and then you're most likely gonna be less tanky as before, even though you're probably gonna have more life, right? When it comes to like what else am I going to reserve on life, since we're going to go low life, I think not a lot will change. I think that maybe if it works, I'm gonna get like maybe Clarity, Tempest Shield, and Discipline reserved on life, and on the mana reservation things will stay the same with like Purity of Elements, Defiance Banner, as well as the Determination for some good layers of, or starting layers of defense before we farm up more currency, before we push into like the higher red tiers and starting to do the first pinnacle boss and stuff, and then hopefully gather some more currency to afford better gear for more layers of defense, because defense is king right now. Because the thing is, like, if you have like shit tons of damage, that's one thing, but if you die all the time, that's another thing. And I think I'd rather have less damage, but I don't die that often. I mean, we pay for 6 portals, we can use 6 portals, but it still feels like not that great. It's like a bit of a pushback, right? So plans for tomorrow, I definitely want to finish all the white tier maps as well as all the yellow tier maps. You know, I have big plans on day 3. I want to just farm high tier maps and starting to develop my Atlas strategy and just going ham. I've done now 3 laps. All of the 3 were actually super easy. I started with like Void Beacon into Withering Presence into now Val Bastion. The cannot be stunned while you have energy shield is so good. Like, if you don't have stun immunity, you feel the difference of that. And the last node will be Malediction. I'm gonna skip Profane Bloom just because I don't like explosions on Essence Drain, because it can destroy the chain reactions, and I love my chain reactions and I don't want to like have it disrupted. If you play something like Bane, Soul Rend, or anything like that, it's definitely worth taking Profane Bloom, but for a pure Essence Drain Contagion as I'm playing it right now, it's just, for me personally, just not worth it. Good. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.